It's Week 13 of the National Football League, and we've got Luke Schoonmaker. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Cowboys and the Hawks on Sunday night.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they come in off another victory a weekend ago. That ran their win streak up to 7 now.
And I think that win last week established them as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with confidence and swagger, and you need that to go a long way.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. They'll take that 14 yards on play number 1.
Well, that was definitely a surprise there. Handed to the big guy on first down. Heck, the first play of the drive. And when you see him get to the second level, as a former safety, I can just tell you, your eyes get really wide because you know you've got a lot to deal with at that point.
And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Again, a run with Vaughn. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. When you talk about this Seahawk defense, they enter this one down to the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they've got to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. So here are the Seahawks now with a long field in front of them. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? The season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. First carry here for Ken Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play with one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth his salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground here with Vaughn. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that nearly intercepted. The free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down. Looking to throw, Prescott. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Vaughn. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Here we go! Ready, then we're going to 52.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. Prescott from the gun. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out, and we're going to get a review of that last play.
Is under review.
They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining. Play action now, Prescott. And this is incomplete. When you talk about this Seahawk defense, they enter this one down in the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down. Being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And Seibert yanked it to the left. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Looked like he might have overcompensated there for being on the right hash because you've got to make sure you get the angle right. But that time he started it too far left and winds up hooking it way too far.
And they're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
Defense.
So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That was a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep it
into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And the Cowboys are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Play fake. Here's Prescott rolling to his left.
That's to Schoonmaker, the tight end.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
This is Lamb on the end around. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Throwing. Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Prescott to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead.
Here we go, sack.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
Ready? Go.
Off play action. Pittman.
He completes this to Walker.
No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catches, hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
On the counter, it's Walker.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Off the play fake. Pittman. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Back to throw. Pittman. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
Here's Prescott. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows 1st down. Running behind center with Vaughn. And he'll get this to the 32. The Cowboys at 9-2 to start play. And they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with extreme confidence, and you need that in order to go all the way.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And this will be taken at the 13.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there.
Throwing to start the drive. Pittman. This is Fant on the short completion. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
From the gun, it's Walker.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
And Walker once more.
They find some open field here.
Down the sideline he goes. Inside the 20.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
Ken Walker.
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Seahawks post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
Now the try here for the point after. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was Ken Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
Up the middle, it's Vaughn.
And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go.
Prescott. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. As it complete to Jackson Smith-Njigba. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Looking to throw. Pittman. Oh, and that is incomplete.
No receivers open, so who's forced to put that one into Puget Sound? That's a great job defensively blanketing those receivers, and ultimately a smart idea by him just to get the ball out of there.
And he's going to have the hook up to Scott. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Escaping the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And the Cowboys going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now Prescott. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb, and that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Third quarter begins with a run by Walker. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 120 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Pittman. Smith and Jigba with a grab. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Again, it's Walker. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run. And 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On the option, it's Charbonnet. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off play action. Pittman. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They start the drive with Vaughn. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them? And do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. To throw is Prescott. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down. On the option, here's Vaughn. And this is going to be a Cowboys 1st down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that will bring up second down. Prescott now. And this one quickly to Lamb. That'll go for a gain of 7. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Vaughn. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2nd down and 8. Off the play fake. Pittman. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Straight ahead, Walker. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Back to Walker on 1st down. Fighting through. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 151 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
On the give here, Charbonnet. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Cowboys are right back in this football game. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
Yeah! Here we go!
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Prescott. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Room to maneuver at the 35.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll move the chains. And again, it's Prescott. And his throw is incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Prescott off play action. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A very solid gain of 27. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. But they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Cowboys have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
And boy, that was a heavy set. I think they had 3 tight ends out there. The fullback, you knew what they were going to do.
Yeah, they weren't trying to fool anybody at all, were they? There was none of this show you heavy set, bootleg it out. Nah. Big guys up front, hand it to the big guy in the backfield.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Thomas barreling ahead.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch you.
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important third down.
This one goes underneath to Walker.
And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And out now come the Cowboys.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first. Handoff coming left is Vaughn.
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
78 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Staying on the ground with Vaughn. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Looking to throw, Prescott.
This one swung out to Vaughn. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
It's a keeper with Prescott. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another first down.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. A run with Vaughn out of the gun.
And he'll get this down only to the 18.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll come up now. 2nd and 9. Now Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
Well, this crowd trying to force a false start here. 3rd and inches.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Here comes an important one now for Austin Seibert. This to tie things up in the final minute. Seibert's kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The Seahawks offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest, and this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. This is 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So the Cowboys going to get the first chance here to search for a winner as we're back underway to start this overtime.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, here we go. Like this. We're going to 54. Right here. Then we're going to 53.
Now Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Vaughn. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up. He'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Seahawks.
Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points. And now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
And Walker has it. It'll be a gain of 5. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
I know they may want to go for this, but the smart play probably to punt it, even given the field position, right?
In a sense, you honor what they've done all game. And this is a defense that's held the score down, kept it tight, kept you right in it, and they're really jonesing for one more shot. Give it to them. Let them play defense for you and give you a better chance to win the game.
That's taken on the 25. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over.
This is a pretty rare situation here, Charles. You get in overtime, neither team coming through with even a field goal on their first drive. So now, sudden death with the time remaining. Next score wins.
And now I would say that going at it might be a little bit easier for both teams now because they've eased into overtime. That first series, boy, everything on the line then. Now you've seen what a defense is throwing at you. You can make some adjustments, and all you need is 3 points to win it.
Now a handoff up the middle. Sapp.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On the sneak, it's Prescott. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Vaughn on 1st and 10. Down to about the 45.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's Prescott. And that nearly picked off. Oh, that would have been a big INT here in overtime. Instead, they'll get another shot on 3rd down. To throw, Prescott.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Yeah! We're going to 53.
Vaughn, they'll try the left side.
And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Holding offense.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Now Dak. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back.
From the 29, here's the 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, it's a give to Vaughn.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, breaking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And it'll be a good time in Big D tonight. The Cowboys have won it.
And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
The trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So for Dallas, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.